What's up? How you doing? Alright, you come looking for work? I've got a spot for another guard. Oh, that sounds good. Right over this. Oh, a friend of the XIV. Hoping to meet someone from around, are you? And I shall be your guide. I was about to set off out of the outpost. As a matter of fact, we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Yeah, I kinda do. Alright, go. So I got an Aether compass, that'll be useful.
From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang, once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Oh, that sounds good. Cactuar, let's go. Let's make a stop in Mordsook. I'm off. I better not see the goods covered in the sand when I get back. Fair enough. We head to southwest, straight as an arrow. Southwest, right over here. Oh, look at these things. Oh wait, I should have to check for Aether currents. Approximately west. So it should be around here. Should be an Aether current up there. Oh, Cactuar? Here, this is your first visit to Arang, is it not? When you cross the river of sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. On what? Admire the view. Okay. Ah! I'm gonna attack that cactus thing. Looks all destroyed though, in ruins. It's a great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many chose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than a roost for me and my caravan. Not everywhere there's Aether as this place. Just wait until you see more soap. Let's press on, shall we? We're gonna cross a bridge. Aether current should be over there too. Pack the Aether currents on top of the bones? How do you get up there? Got the current. Now then, gonna go over there. Hello, Gassard, how you doing? More soup. Let's shed all the levels down. Alright. Now what do we do here now? Actually, I should go to the Aetherite first, but just a sec. Hello, Gassard, how you doing? Accept. Oaksuit is not full of more nor, but whom's, and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met with the Mord before? You might look like shifty little blighters, but more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respect to Master Genhen. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Alright, let's go meet up with him, I guess. He should be around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh, get him. Have you seen a person called Alice? Was this a Mord? Was this a Mord?
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord's Souk.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mords do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy?
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots! Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Seems you're impressed by my gold. Check my delivery Moogle. Yeah, there's even a Moogle here. That's nice. Hello, Ron. How you doing? I wish to empty your purse and fill your belly. Thank you. I need to fill up my belly. How's Ron's wares? You may have moved the camera as well. Zoom in and out of target. Food stuff inspected with. Interesting. Worms. I don't need any worms though. No, I don't eat worms. Skewers. I'll probably take the meat. What meat is this? The meat. Oh, look tasty. Yes. Which one to choose? Which to choose? Everlasting bounty. Oh, was lizard meat? Interesting. I think I'll show the rest. I can speak with again and again. Now then. Where the heck? There you are. Swishing from here. Oh, honored custom and with great relish. You like to eat that lizard meat? Yes, I like eating lizard meat. Tasted awful though. Hello, Cactuar. Gloves. You're gonna give me some gloves? Ron's wares are more exotic and harmful, but I don't invite you a bellyache. You'll have to on tomorrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I've made a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mord. How do you pronounce that? Mordsouk? 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 Offering your services, are you? Aye. Well, an assistant would certainly help. Hurry things along. However, I see here for some goods that need picking up from the market, all properly paid for. You need to just do the lifting and carrying. I do enough lifting and carrying back at home. I don't want to do more lifting and carrying. We're going to take care of some last-minute haggling, then see you in a bit. Alright, time to do some heavy lifting. You may view market receipt at any time during this quest by using the relevant item and key items. And the music and the music for quest completion, this one's like freaking heavy metal. It's like every time you complete a quest, it's like epic heavy metal music. It's like I'm like, okay. Chest of perishables. Alright, fair enough. Tabled cactus, tauntaun, iron ore, total. Antiques, mill, alright. We're gonna have to look for his stuff now. Great. At least I just have to look at what's in the circle protocol. Oh, what is this? Cursed leather? Cured leather. No, I'm not gonna eat leather, obviously. Full water jar. Unless you have coin for the bata. Oh, work for Cactuar, huh? Well, has antiques off the box ready for transport, alright. Oh, there it is. Take it over. Total. So I sent you Diddy? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? Tin ore? Let me read my paper. Iron ore, sorry. I have bad memory. So got some iron ore. Now we have to go to... What else? Let's look at my thing. Table cactus from Tauntaun. And I need to find some antiques from Mill. there's Tauntaun. Handle of care, alright. I'm gonna go back to Cassard. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. Here we go. It's done. Easy. And that's the log, right? Good work. Quick work too, considering you've not set foot in this place before. I thought you wanted to sit in a city like XIV, but something tells me you're no stranger to visiting strange lands. It's not the first time. Fortunately, your fishing presents something of a problem. There's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Guess hardly feels like an age since I last saw you. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice has told me so much about you. You're Patios, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. Interesting. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duties here. Do you want me to take over as Patios' guide? Because my shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be great help, thanks. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while. Yet, seek me out when you've had your fill of I'm around. I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Questi completo. This thing is eager to set off. Lassie has been desperate to see you, so let's get out. Let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too far to find. Really, you can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing out around the wedge, then south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you there. Just need... Let's go. What was this? Work to live to work, huh? Is this the guy I was just talking to? Oh, it's Gen. Hello, Mr. Gen. It's a Aether quest, alright. Let's do that then. Greetings, friends. You like helping people? Yes, maybe you can help me too. You see, my son Gungun makes me very proud but very worried. He works very hard too for his own good. Follows orders, yes. Follows them until someone tells him to stop. This is very dangerous, bad for his health. I need to speak with him, persuade him to rest. He should be near the Red Sarai. Please tell his father orders him to stop. What the heck is Gungun? Oh, we're over there. Alright, let's go there then. No, I'm not lost. Alright. Take a rest. All the scrabbling, and still no shinies. I refuse. Your job will not be finished, will it? I will not do. Wait, I have an idea. It's simple, yes? Find shinies? What do you mean? Look under the rubble and find whatever there is to be found. Maybe it will be valuable, maybe not. Let us keep searching until we get at least one shiny. Now let's get your shiny, it's right over here. Hey, Gun, I found your shiny. Yes, here we go. Here's your shiny. This looks very special. It's pretty bad, and I have never seen one like this before. But how much is it worth? I am an expert in finding shinies, not a historian. Perhaps we should ask someone. Once we sell it, we'll divide the profits. Nice. Thank you. So now we can go continue our quest. Teleport there. Oh, there you're testing. Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be, if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. You think you cannot handle any beast to try to make a meal of us? Yeah, I can do that. Thought you might. Leslie was always swinging how much she... Let's get it going, shall we? Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd almost thought Alice was strong, but in her mind, she was never, not make sense. We should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Saying it as your back, I could hear their howling snarling from here. They're frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know what to await us. So let's go. Here we are. Come to think of it, the nature ball. As soon as you ended up escorting me, I'll have to repay the favor somehow. But first, let's head inside. Alright, sure thing, Tesleen. Welcome to the journey's head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. The afflicted? What do you mean? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so familiar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew. Huh? I might leave out something obvious, so it might be best to have Alice give you the full explanation. Fair enough. Tasleen cast her gaze upon the inn, hoping to spot Alice. Now, where is she? Alice. I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out south side and you'll soon see it. We're on the search for Alice. Okay, let's search for Alice. Alice, are you here? Hello, are you here? Prints on the ground, they look to be about the right size. Follow the footprints. These ones? Footprints led off northwest. To the northwest we go. More footprints here. Okay, well, the footprints are not that far. Northwest again. All over there. Oh god, go away, Gil man. I inspect the footprints in peace, please. To the west. Okay. Oh yeah, right there. Interesting.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Found out, say.
We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eater's victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time, more or lesser years. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. To add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Destiny and the others have also been kind enough to share the knowledge of the Sin Eaters. Just knowledge I can now share with you while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Alright, let's help LSA, calling their ranks. LSA would have you help her finish the patrol. So I'll take the east side of the inn and you clear the west. That way you can have undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your maps are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your Aether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. Oh yeah, sure, let's go hunt. And I'll go hunt around this side then. Oops, I did not want to activate that. Due south. Okay, there's an Aether current somewhere over there. Let's check that out. Could be around here. Oh, yeah, there's destination there. Just gotta kill some monsters, that's easy. Come on, you ancient lizard, you're down. There should be another destination thing around here. Yeah, right there. Shit, another one there, okay. I'm gonna talk to LSA again. How did you fare? Thought there might be one or two lurking from the fringes, nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually these lesser Sin Eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat, much like the Void Scent. They have an unfair tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Just when a powerful Sin Eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm. A weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to call their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Tessie, shall we? It tells me you helped the patrols. You have our tanks. My apologies for leading you from the battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you find each other. You have no idea how badly Alice had missed your company. Everything is always, if Pedros were here, she would say. That's an exaggeration, and I don't like the sound of that either. I'm simply trying to view matters from another perspective. I respect Pat's methods. Thanks. Honestly, after seeing her face, I can understand why. Well, makes sense, I guess. Fair enough. Season though, I have no doubt she deserves all the admiration, just as you do. Headgear, interesting. Cassine has the air of being pulled in 10 directions. I won't just lay out the welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here? Will you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help with. Could do with a hand. True, thank you. You can start by helping me sort our larder, Elise. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients? There are two in particular I mean to visit. Their names are Ponwheel and Toden Halleck. They may not give much to no response, but I promised I'll be pleased to meet someone new. Interesting. Okay, I'll go check. Oh wait, I got a new skill. Restores own HP and HP to all nearby party. So that heals me and the entire party, right? Okay, I'll put that... I'll replace that with Repose. I'll put Repose over here because I rarely use Repose. I'll put Aether Rapture in the right next to the limit breaks. Because it's kind of like a clutch, right? Where it heals me and it heals the entire party, right? Okay, yeah, so we'll do that. Let's talk to Ponil over there, another patient. Okay, sir? Thank you. Okay, Mr. Toden. Toden glanced at Becky, but noticed the tension in his face was slightly good. Tend to Halric. Are you okay, Mr. Mrs. Halric? Mr. Halric, are you okay? He remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. His skin has hardened into something skin to plaster. Speak with Tessie. How were they? Good, that's good. I knew they wouldn't enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Halrig though. I have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. Shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Pat to Mortsuk if you have any errands there I need doing. Suppose there's one thing. Would you pick a neck train from the markets, please? Cactuar's caravan just passed through, so run would have some fresh fruit. Come then. There's something I want to see you to see. Right after we stop at Run Stall, of course. Or Alice. Run. Hello, Mr. Run. Oh no, back again, are you? You need another taste of Run's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy nectarine. Do you have it in stock? Oh yes, nectarine's peaches, great, fresh and juicy. I originally grabbed your coin purse with me. I might still owe you food. Here, take this one. Free of charge. Goods. I've never seen a merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Only the best rigors for you. Come again, my friends. This sharpening chart is taken care of. Let's head up the past the Aether to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Here are our precious worms. Buys us a trip to the tower, does it not? I actually bought them. I really shouldn't let you, but this one's alright. Only once. Never fail, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the Cactuar used to befall first, one massive empty wasteland beyond the walls is worth more than an hour of your trajectory. I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice to nocturnal all kindness. The pain appears to be excruciating. Tears are truly one of their words, and should spare them that suffering is their way of fighting back against the fate worse than death. Well, yeah, they're turning into monsters, right? It's kind of crazy. Hello, Tesleen. How's things going? You're back. I hope you had a nice day. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Yes, I found this. Thank you. Let's explain why you wanted this. I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others and we're decided to keep an eye on Hellrick for now. Thanks to you though, if this time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of a happier days. Well, that is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying our patients. Time for that welcoming meal, right, don't you? Take a seat. I'll make us a nice too.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs. Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Oh no, did Halric turn already? We gotta find where Halric is. We have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten at him, but he's wandering out there alone. We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might have headed? No, he's never done anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence. It's the other patients who are suddenly so agitated they can sense something. He says keep searching for close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be alright. Cover the north and west. You take everything from there. Here, just the south. Yes. Halric is all the way over there. Alright, let's check that out. Destination, probably a cutscene here. He went further west. Or maybe he went further that way. Oh shit. There we go. Continue searching for Halric. Off now.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh Crap, there's a big one there.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
There it is!
Is that... Oh no!
Halric! We have to run!
Of course Halric kills her. No, wait, she gets killed by the... Of course she gets stabbed.
No!
Great. This is just great. Everything's going wrong. Seriously?
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Wait, so when someone gets killed by a Sin Eater, they become a Sin Eater? Oh shit. Okay, I see how this works now. If you get killed by a Sin Eater, you become a Sin Eater. So getting killed by a Sin Eater turns you into a Sin Eater. That's kind of crazy. I try to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be sure that they lean on not like this. Speak with the carers. Speak to Kasana first, I guess. Hello, Kasana. It's just unfair. Destiny was always so cheery. They don't let me be scared that there wouldn't be any pain of all people suffer such fate. Imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us. I appreciate what you're doing here. I don't have the words without the body. We can't even give her a proper burial. I care about that sort of thing. About giving people a chance to say their goodbyes. And Halric is on the edge of turning, right? So he can't even show any emotion, because he's on the edge of turning into a Sing Eater. Halric is on the edge. He can't even show any emotion. He can't even speak. I've spoken to the carers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry, Pop. We realized we hadn't thanked for you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. It was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back in safe. No one could have done any more. Sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. Hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him the time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep testing the words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this for a moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination, yes, and a purpose. This damn light building without cease is the reason we can't save those corrupted by eaters. What if we corrected the balance, even if it were only a little? Even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on, everyone knows there's no too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. I should return to Cristaria. I may not be able to repel the Aethers on my own, but I can still use my skills if I have chains here to hurt them. Well, honestly, do you have a plan? Maybe I couldn't stay there for a moment longer. I was serious about what I said, while the men and women of the inn battle against this blight with kindness. I must fight in my own way, with steel. Like an age ago now. Is there anything I can get you? Swift Ephemeral. I need to return to Crystarium immediately. As you wish. Want me to wear goggles if we're to fly over Emmerich again? I barely got in the sand on my eyes. Didn't help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? Actually, what's this quest over here? Sights of the First. Let's get that quest. Ah, moment, sinner. You know, around a fellow, one and soul, an eternal handpad of the road I taught so. Especially to travel the whole wide world. Though it's a fair bit smaller than it used to be. So far as dreams go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. Which still lurks every corner and around every bend. But while looking back, long. Give me the word, if you would. Oh, is that the Sightseeing Logs? So that's the Sightseeing Logs for Shadowbringer, right? Thank you. Give me those Sightseeing Logs. Yeah, Sightseeing Logs, that's what it was. Okay, so now we've unlocked the Sightseeing Logs for Shadowbringers. Now then. Where's the teleportation? It's down here, right? Okay. What was it called again? It's called the Dorsal Gate. Yeah, we'll go to the gate. You have a business with the Crystal XIV. If you just say the word, I would be happy to escort you to the ocular. Yes. Thank you for seeing me out. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we had decided upon direction, but you have still visited Alphino, haven't you? And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital. If he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. Don't keep me waiting so long, eh? I'll have to find everybody. Who else do I need to find? In search of Alphino? You will visit Alphino and Colusa then. Excellent. As mentioned, your destination is an island of the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter present to Sven Dimension, Master of Beasts. He will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regard. But that's the portal to the source, right? So I can return to the source through this portal? Alright, interesting. I wonder if I'm the only one that's able to use that portal, or if the other characters are able to go through it at one point. Reason to me, what business do you have at my bouquerie? I would need a mount. Signed by the XIV, no less. I can provide you with Umro for passage Colusa. I will pick you out fairly well. Alright, let's go. That's right, sounds like the grave friend over there are a common sight in these parts. Had you help from further afield? More accustomed to chocobos, perchance I hear there are a few places where they ride a little lowest. Seeing as you are plainly accustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best to accompany you on this flight myself. Better things and meet me at the Amaro launch. Right. Want to fly Amaro? Well, I suppose Master Dazzlers are going with you. Wait here. Master should be along with the amounts shortly.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Colusia. You arrived. This is the cracked shell beach on the eastern coast of Colusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be very wary of. Spy you that city in the system. That is Elramon, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystanium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against abominations. For years, the Elmer and the Light have fancied themselves masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of our Earth elements their protection, if we bend the knee. To say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystanium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority. While we are not at war, our relationship with Ulmor is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with Exart until your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exart has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Whatever this has to tell you, he plainly deems it worthy of undivided attention. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to Fisherman's Shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Eivor. Eivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Colusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with Elmiro until you are ready to return. Good. Do you ever like Timid to Eivor? Alright. All over there. Dude, should I go up here, up the cliff to get the Aether? How do I get up there? I think we've got an elephant barrel somewhere, if you taste one. Here you go, I got this for you. Jump in the pan, and it's like bloody festival flavor. No. Can't say there's been any major upsets to report the past few weeks. Yeah, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Was richer than all Norvant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication helping others out all the more. I can hazard a guess to where he is now and get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. For Stilltide, that's the fishing village just up the path. If you're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern, local calls the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Village over here, right? Alright, let's go there. The tavern's kinda small. That's a tiny tavern. Riverside Tavern's customary to buy a drink if you immediately enter. What will you be having? Give me some mead. What are you paying with? This. Is that good enough? Oh no, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I don't doubt their value, but I don't have a touchstone to test her purity. I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some utter agreement. Oh, there's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetable. Lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? What do you squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me. Do that and you can laze about here as long as you like. Sure. There we go. Any more? Probably on that side. See one over there. Right here. Now knock on the barred door. There we go. Cropster's been taken care of. Maybe you need to knock louder. Perhaps the common is hard of hearing. Interesting. Speak with Teva. Alright. Alright, Teva, what is it? Come back. What did that good for nothing caretaker have to say for himself? He wasn't there. Gone. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gaytown on Side Elrond. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? There I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
And how is business today, Mistress Teva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfie, no, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Dad, we lost you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
We take to the road once more. Oh yeah, sure, we can do that. This can be filled, is it not? Almost familiar. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. I think wherever calamity struck, the source of reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. Now get away from me. Over there, someone's screaming. Quickly, someone's in trouble. I'll take the Fatesy. Look out! Are you okay, madame? Oh, thank you, miss. Oh, there you are. Nice, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the solution well in hand. Fine work. You're all right, madame. Just a few bruises where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I'll see that I was done for. My feet are not swift as they once were. I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. Should we leave my old house behind and queue up outside Ulmore with the rest of them? Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me, though. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope, either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's test any easier. Thank you again, you saved my life. Now I'm sure a trap-strapping lass like you has a little fear. I won't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. He says, many of these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Illumore's shadow. Should the seniors descend upon this regime, there are precious few with strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? I guess Alistair would be qualified on the subject. Compared with Erring, Calusia is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory, at least. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Survey the scene. Alright, let's go do that.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Ulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. Okay. So they're searching for a chef that can cook fish?
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Oh, hello!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
That city seems interesting. I wonder how things go inside. I wonder what it looks like when you go inside. Can we go in that city? That would be nice. I understand my attempts to enter the city have thus far been from not the dubious privileged residency. Must be won via contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Ilmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good, and not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose what they could to improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. So people rely on the contests instead of trying to make their own food. Interesting. Can't blame you for wanting to slice of Wilmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, at least it's safe and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Sounds like a drug, honestly. I hope there's just no drugs in that. What if there's drugs to make them addicted to it? That would be like, what? So basically the rich are over there and the poor are all the way down here at the gate of the city trying to get in by winning the contest. It looks kind of small from over here, though. The city looks small from here. Maybe. It reminds me a little bit of Limsa Lominsa. I don't know if you know, though, but it kind of looks like Limsa Lominsa a little bit. Let's go back to Alpha now. See, tell him that we finished looking around. We've seen what Great Town has to offer, then. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handouts. Believe Ilmore is the answer to all there was. But no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable, to conceive of any other way of life. Alpha wears a look of profound disapproval. Disapprove of people's word. You disapprove of Ulmar? Just able to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. As drivers, unjust system seems to be to me. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elder lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chose to forego Ulmore's largesses are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Ulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Colusia's people. I'm not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of the hard-working villagers, struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from the poverty. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Ulmore's gates. It's fortunate that you have arrived when you did. I have been working on a scheme to insert myself to the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe that makes its home in the sea surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you know them as Sahagan. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tateri took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are earnestly fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits and particularly. When I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. Better for any prospective investor. Would you not agree? Surely even the most fated lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. Appointment with Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. But you help me with the exchange? Sure. Excellent, I should be glad of your company. First things first then, you must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in right. Come, it is just to northwest of here. Talk to Moshe Moa then. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moshe Moa. This is my associate. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. A lackey? I know no such person. Still had short blue hair? No, he said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I'll just assume. Someone must have been eavesdropping our conversation. This Charlton was here not long ago. He cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. Sheriff or Neil with the short blue hair. Alright. He has to be somewhere. That's him, right? Yeah, there he is. Found him. Easy. Located your quarry. Any sign of him? Yes, over there. Key 9, let's move in before he makes his good escape.
There you are. The thief who claimed the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Cactuar.
Tell me then, Cactuar, must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Cactuar, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are. You don't sacrifice someone to You don't sacrifice
not.
people, right? Yeah.
Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alf, you know, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that... I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go check that out. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy, mercy, I beg you. Very easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. Poor man shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get the fire going. Thought for soon I was dead. How am I to repair the kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristel, I was invited to Ulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures of them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Voltree's city. Within days they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. He flung me over the balustrade into the goddamn ocean. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought, when Lord Voltree passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Ulmore, his word is law. The more I hear about Ulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within this wall. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. First, we should convey Tristel to shelter of the villagers. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. My way into the city. Accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. If you'll permit me, I would assist you in an attempt to enter to Ulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. Frank, the thought of sending my saviors into the awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. Your and the light are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have the talents for painting. Are you certain this is your livelihood? We cannot deprive you of such treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, and honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Now I'll move to new lands and a new profession. I'll keep you in my prayers from now on, until my dying day. Often awaits the brush to be received from the still in deep thought. Should we go there? City of foul pleasures, huh? It's over there. Alpha now. Find a way into the city. See you guys. Appears are awaiting your arrival. Alright. Well, has been traveling without you. I'm sorry I didn't quite catch your name. Call me Pat. Hello there, my name is Euless. I'm the acting village mayor. I was hoping someone of your talent would pass through. Thing is, I need to visit someone up at Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Well, that's good. I can escort you. I'll escort you, don't worry. Let's go. Everything good now at the Stonegazer release? Thank you for the escort. This is the gentleman I wish to speak with, so we didn't go any further. Say, Luke. Are you wandering around by yourself out here? You know what kind of creatures lurk beyond the borders of the village? Oh, well, if it isn't for a little girl, something I can do for you, lass? Yes, sir, I came to an answer to my proposal from the other day. Have you given any thought to taking over as village mayor? I'm doing the best I can in the interim, but I have neither the age nor the wisdom to continue the role. And the rest of the villagers agree with me. I'm fairly sure I told you nay once already. But seeing as you found a guard just so you could come and talk to me, then mayhap I will consider the idea in exchange for a few small tasks. Well, please, just tell me what I need to do. Your dear friend was long looking for a sickle to cut some rope. Would you mind skipping back to the village and borrowing one for me? Why would you? A sickle, was it, for cutting rope? That shouldn't be too difficult. I had only one task to do along for the ship, and I complete these tasks. Would you mind willing to indulge me a while longer? Okay, I need a sickle. Hey, young Euless, you look like a little flustered. Is there something I could help you with? A good idea. I was actually hoping to borrow a sickle. Here, you can take this one. Several spares, so there is no rush in returning it. Doing a spot in harvesting, are you? No thanks, but it's not for me exactly. I was asked to bring one for my father. Father's shadows saved me. If you're completing these tasks, then you deserve to know the whole story. Who was the former mayor of Wright? Something that happened a year ago. A stray senator came prowling around and slaughtered nearly half the villagers. This was a waking nightmare. Some villagers blamed my father. They said it was because he refused to accept the protection of Ilmore. Secretary did not follow? Yeah, it makes sense. He hanged himself. Oh god. He was his closest friend, but considering now he awarded his request, it seemed he's reluctant to accept the fact of my father's death. See this task to its end. Let us bring him the sickle, shall we? Sir, look. I brought you your sickle you asked for. Good. Old Chauffeur will be glad to see this. Oh, sir. Thank you. This might be harder than I expected. I'll continue this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. We'll explore this magnificent city over there. That seems to be people over there seems kind of crazy. We'll see what happens. Lots of weird stuff are happening over there. We'll see what happens next. So see you guys next time on Final Fantasy XIV. See you guys next time.